The deep zone swallowed them like a living throat. Kael's stomach lurched as they fell through layers of increasingly alien reality. The shaft walls shifted from charred earth to something that might have been crystal, then to surfaces that hurt to perceive directly. His fragment's interface flickered wildly, trying to process sensory input that had no earthly equivalent. Dimensional coherence, 23% and falling. Warning, local physics unreliable. Recommend immediate. The notification cut off mid-sentence as they plunged through what felt like liquid light. They landed hard on something that yielded like flesh but rang like metal. Ghost hit first, her partial phasing cushioning the impact. Sable's hard light constructs deployed automatically, creating a golden platform that caught the rest of them. Elena rolled with practiced ease, rifle already tracking potential threats. Everyone alive? Elena's voice sounded strange, each word arriving at slightly different times as local acoustics bent around them. Kael pushed himself upright and immediately wished he hadn't. The deep zone stretched around them in impossible vistas. Trees, if they were trees, grew downward from a sky that pulsed with bioluminescent veins. Gravity seemed negotiable, pulling in directions that changed based on where you were looking. The air itself resonated. Each breath sent harmonics through his chest cavity, and his fragment responded with increasing agitation. The interface text appeared in colors that shouldn't exist, words written in frequencies rather than light. Fragment activity increasing. Convergence proximity, high. Caution, localized reality flux. The fragments are reacting to something, Kael reported, watching his teammates carefully. Reflex mirror eyes were cycling through possibilities so rapidly they strobed. Ghost's form flickered between solid and translucent without her conscious control. Sable's hard light constructs wavered, their perfect geometric forms becoming organic, almost biological. My resonance is different here. Stronger, but less stable. They began walking across the yielding surface, following what might have been a path. In the deep zone, forward was more of a suggestion than a rule. Each step took them further from anything resembling Earth physics. Ren's scanner had given up trying to classify their environment and settled for displaying question marks. According to this, we're simultaneously at sea level and 3 kilometers underground. Also, we're apparently moving at 700 meters per second while standing perfectly still. Time dilation, Elena observed, checking her chronometer. Standard core training. The deeper you go, the more temporal distortion you encounter. As if summoned by her words, the landscape ahead shifted. What had been a crystalline forest became a vast amphitheater carved from living stone. In its center, something that might have been an altar pulsed with familiar energy signatures. Fragment signatures. Proximity alert, fragment 3 detected. Distance, approximately 2.7 kilometers. Fragment 4 resonance increasing. Fragment 7 echo strengthening. Reflect stumbled, his mirror eyes showing the same image from multiple angles, 7 points of light converging on their location like moths drawn to flame. They're coming, he whispered. All of them. Even the ones we haven't found yet. The frequency's communications were becoming more sophisticated by the minute, its language evolving as proximity to other fragments enhanced its processing power. Kael, the others are close. I can feel their signatures merging with local reality distortions. Fragment 2, the archive, has achieved full integration with its host. Fragment 6 exists in spaces between thoughts. They're not all stable. Define unstable, Kael muttered, though he was afraid he already knew. Reflected possibilities cascaded through Reflect's consciousness, and he began speaking in overlapping voices. Fragment 3 burns through hosts every few days. Fragment 5 has been growing for months, its bearer might not be human anymore. Fragment 6. His mirrors went dark. Fragment 6 isn't supposed to exist in this dimension at all. The air shimmered, and suddenly they weren't alone. Luka Petrov materialized from the amphitheater's shadows, but something was wrong with him. His integration with the archive had progressed beyond anything Kael had seen. Cables of organic material ran from his temples to floating data nodes that orbited his head. His eyes had been replaced by screens displaying cascading text in languages that predated human speech. "Query resolved," Petrov said, his voice layered with harmonics that suggested multiple personalities speaking in unison. 7 fragments. 7 convergence points. Primary directive, reunification protocol initiated. Behind him came the others, Fragment 3's bearer wreathed in hardlight that pulsed like a heartbeat, Fragment 5 surrounded by growths that might have been plant matter or crystallized thought. Fragment 6 was barely visible, existing as an absence in the shape of a person. "Kael," the frequency whispered urgently, "something's wrong. They're not here by choice. Something is compelling the convergence." The amphitheater began to resonate, its carved walls amplifying the fragment's combined presence into something that made reality itself ring like a struck bell. The air grew thick, almost solid, and Kael realized with growing horror that the deep zone itself was responding to their gathering. This wasn't random. This wasn't accident. Something vast and ancient had been waiting for this moment, and they had walked directly into its trap. Elena checked her chronometer and went pale. Time differentials accelerating. What feels like minutes here? She never finished the sentence. The chronometer's display was running backward now, but not at normal speed. Hours. Days. Weeks. What had felt like an hour in the deep zone had been 3 days in normal time. Hallam had had 3 days to deploy an army.